Man, had a good day's work today. Focused on our performance from Seattle, analyzed it, acknowledged some things. But more importantly than that, and we're in a week like this, we're looking for some trends, some things that need to be addressed, issues that were issues for us in that game, but have been issues for us. I think part of good coaching, man, is eliminating known issues, and so I'm challenging the staff to make our known problems disappear and lead the charge in that regard. That's just the nature of this thing. We got to continually be a group on the rise. And when you don't have a combatant waiting on you at the end of the week, it's easier to get singularly focused on yourselves and your warts. And so one day's work is not going to do that. The work is somewhat ceremonial and acknowledgement of those discussions. The key thing is to identify the areas that we need to work at and make a commitment in the days moving forward that we minimize some of those issues in an effort to increase our chances of winning. Those that need rest will get rest. Those that need development will get opportunities for that. And that's what, some of the 11-on-11 football was about. Pass under pressure, 2-minute. It's just good growth opportunities for young and developing guys. First contract guys, backups, practice squad guys. At this point in the journey, we acknowledge that we're going to need continued assistance from developing guys like that. We've called on some already, but just the natural attrition that is this game, we better be prepared and they better be prepared for others to have an opportunity. And the strength of the pack is the strength of the pack. And so those are some of the things that capture our attention, some of the things that we're focused on a day like today in a bye week. Hadn't seen a bye week that I didn't like. It always comes at the appropriate time. We'll take this one. I'll pause for questions.
Mike, can you clarify what you were upset about? Did the whistle allow them to get the field goal off in your estimation? Can you kind of revisit what happened?
You talking about the end of regulation? Yeah. The game was stopped by the replay guy to find confirmation of a component of the play on the field. And I didn't agree with that in this most significant moment, and I expressed it. And I had some conversations with New York regarding it. Got an explanation. I wouldn't necessarily say I got clarity, but I'm not going to discuss it any further. It's in our rear view. It doesn't benefit me or us in any way to continue to rehash it, and so that's my position. Oftentimes after games, particularly hot contested games like that, I acknowledge things that transpire in the bowl, particularly things that I think are significant. But on a Tuesday, as we and everyone else is moving forward, it's fruitless for me to continue to expand upon it and my position and what was said and who said what and what I expect to happen in reaction to it. So I understand that you guys are interested, but pardon me if I don't indulge you.
But beyond all of your opinions and thoughts about those people involved, the rule in general needs changed, and that's important going forward, doesn't it? Isn't this?
I'm not acknowledging any other component of the conversation.
But just one more, Mike. Do you think that allowed them to get the playoff?
Again, I'm not acknowledging any other component of the conversation. I apologize.
Mike, you talked about things you've identified as areas that need improvement. Can you share a couple of those with us?
Yeah, man. Our tackling needs to be sounder and surer. Understanding our leverage of the ball relative to other defenders. So not only what it is that we're doing, but how it fits into the bigger picture. Offensively, man, we got to clean up penalties and specifically pre-snap penalties. That's an area we have an opportunity to be perfect, to be quite honest with you. And we've been far from perfect in that regard. We have too many pre-snap penalties. And so 3rd and 4 goes to 3rd and 9, and that's just not good football, particularly considering we've played 4 out of 6 games at home. And so some of that pre-snap stuff gets more challenging when you get in road venues and so forth. And so those are just 2 of the fundamental areas that we've identified that you can surely get better in, starting with acknowledgement and then on a day like today and subsequent days, building the work that allows you to reinforce the messaging.
Mark, how do you clean up the tackling without actually being able to do it?
Just understanding spatially your relationship to the ball relative to others. There's no need for a man to get outside of you if you have help inside of you, if you understand the knowledge of the help and things of that nature. We got to keep the ball constricted. And part of it is knowledge as much as it is physical. And so you get an opportunity to work on tackling approaches. even when you're dressed in helmets as we are today. We did a 2-minute drill. We dumped many balls down during the course of that 2-minute drill. We had zone defenders converging on that ball carrier. And boy, that is an awesome tackle opportunity, even though we didn't tackle in that drill, because it's a leverage-based thing, and it allows guys to make plays within the construction of a defensive scheme.
Mike, James Washington only played about 8 snaps. Is he still dealing with the lingering injury, or is it something in the matchup that you liked?
No, it's just matchup related.
How's the big picture tackling pre-Seattle game? How's it been?
I'll just acknowledge that we need to get better.
Like we were talking earlier about trying to win more on first and second down, so you're not faced with as many third and longs. That seemed to manifest a lot against Seattle in the sense you guys completed a lot of balls on third downs that just came up short of the sticks. Is that the next evolution of the offense, is when you are in third and longs to push some offense beyond the chains?
You know, I think the first evolution of any offense is to not be in third and long, and so I'm not going to move off that acknowledgement.
Lane and playing the dime with most of your inside linebackers. What's the rationale for him?
He's a capable guy. He's played a lot in the past. We're just trying to carve out a role for him to allow him to find some footing and be an available guy if called upon. He'll have some in-game experience. We know he's capable. And plus the other guys, man, gives them an opportunity to remain fresh. When people are running a platoon of backs at you, for example, it's good to have some depth and play multiple people to match that. And in recent weeks, and even in upcoming weeks, you should be able to anticipate a platoon of backs, and oftentimes you combat that with a platoon of backers.
Mike, why was Freiermuth a bigger part of the offense?
Again, matchup-related things, guys. Some weeks, man, some guys are going to be highlighted based on matchups, whether it's schematics or whether it's personnel-related matchups. It's just a component of the game. Guys don't deliver the same stats week in and week out. It's all over football. One week somebody has a big game that provides a platform for somebody else to rise up and have a big game the subsequent week. It's just a component of good team or unit play.
Guys,
Mike,
2 more.
Can you give us any clarity on Tua? His status, his health?
He's still on IR and working hard and making progress. How close he is to returning to play, I do not have an answer to that as I stand here right now.
Zach Banner being inactive, a reflection of where he is on the depth chart, or just him not quite being ready yet to play?
You know, he's in a good position. We're in a good position. That's just something that we wanted to look at on the other side of the bye, and that was the decision that was made last week. It has no reflection on or bearing on the decision that we're going to make in the upcoming weeks.
What's up, Steeler Nation? It's Terrell Edmonds. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers official YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on everything going on in the Steel City. Thanks for being the best fans in football, and here we go.